Spark process begins. I counted from 0 to 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Take off. He's going to be there to talk with Brad Garlinghouse around the fire. Then we realized we hadn't even started to name all the people who are coming, and there are also a lot of people working on the XRP ledger. Here's an olive leaf and a fig plant that Brad brought over. That's what I want to let in. Also, he might feel the need to bring someone even bigger with him. Imagine putting a Bitcoin maxi on stage at XRP Las Vegas. Thought, let's bring Jack Mallers on stage. Okay, that was a call to Scott Melker. I also said that I think Jack Mallers and Scott Melker should come to XRP Las Vegas, not to argue or anything, but just to put it to rest so that everyone can get up. That's what we're all about here, okay? The market is pretty flat today, though XRP isn't going down much. The markets are mostly flat. As people wait for an update, I think that the FOMC, Federal Open Market Committee, will decide what to do about interest rates today. Users of Polymarket think that nothing will change 98.6% of the time. It's never clear whether these kinds of things are good or bad for the market. We'll find out today, but even if it goes down because of whatever decision is made, it doesn't matter to me because I know what I hold. This is Oh the Bitcoin Crowd, justincrypto.com. Will delist you Tether and 9 other tokens in Europe on January 31st, with users having until March 31st to convert assets under MiCA rules. If you want to follow the rules, I think you should change them into a safe coin like RLUSD. Why hold cable when you can hold RLUSD, which is controlled? I believe that question will be asked over and over again. It turns out that the Bitcoin Max, I told you last week, they're going after Ripple and XRP right now, but wait until other digital assets like ADA, Cardano, Ethereum, or any others come up and talk. Remember that they want full control over everything. They want it to be Bitcoin only. There's nothing else that is okay. What I mean is that it's not okay in the free market of the United States of America. The next person they might go after is Vitalik Buterin. Everything is fine here. I may not have played this yesterday because I forgot to. This is a video clip of Stuart Alderati in the XRP community areas. Yesterday they did. This is about the case itself, the XRP lawsuit. Yes. So, Stu, a lot of people are naturally very interested in where Ripple stands with the SEC case right now. We know that the SEC filed the first part of their appeal earlier this month. When do you think this case will happen to end? So, I know that everyone here has been listening, very interested in following the lawsuit's ups and downs for the past, 4 years or so. Even though the case is still going on, I think it's mostly just noise at this point. It will take some time to get through that. We still have a system at the SEC. In the meantime, yes, the appeal brief was turned in on January 15, which is 5 days before Gensler quit and 5 days before Trump took office. There was nothing new there. There were a lot of old, worn-out disagreements. On top of that, yes, the appeal brief was turned in on January 15, which is 5 days before Gensler quit and 5 days before Trump took office. There was nothing new there. There were a lot of old, worn-out disagreements. On top of that, I honestly felt like the brief wasn't as strong as I would have liked. We'll answer if the case is, I think our answer is due April 16th. After that, it'll make its way through. We won in the district court because I'm sure we're following the rules correctly. I'm sure we'll win at the U.S. Court of Appeals for the Second Circuit if it has to go that far. But once more, this country shouldn't be going down the path of lawsuits and rules that are enforced by the police. That's something I think the new SEC, and I stayed cautiously optimistic that the SEC would freely drop the case at some point in 2025. But I'll say it again like I did at the start. I don't think the days of being distracted by this, Jim Feinland, bless his heart, posting every docket item are here. Another thing is that those times are pretty much over. We don't have to keep up with the case at all times. Things will work out in the end, but right now we should be focusing on the crypto reset, the new policy front, and then going forward. Once more, I believe the case should be filed seriously at all times. These 4 or 5 years, it's taken up a lot of my time and life, but I do believe it shouldn't take away from the important work we need to do going forward. Yeah, look at this. I don't trust Senator Loomis because she never did anything about Eastgate, as I've told you many times. From where I'm standing, she looks like she's wearing nothing but a Bitcoin maxi even when she's trying to hide it. That's not good. We keep other long-term stores of value in strategic reserves, which is why Bitcoin would make sense as part of our strategic reserves. There is a gold store for us. That's why you should also know about other cryptocurrencies. I've set aside oil for emergencies. I think it's only right that Bitcoin, which is really just digital gold, be one of our backup assets. To make the Bitcoin Act work, I'd like us to buy about 200,000 Bitcoins every year with money we already have and keep them for 20 years. That's what we could do with about 1 million Bitcoin, or 5% of all the Bitcoin that will ever exist. In 20 years, it would cut our debt in half. And while we wait, those things are only true if it goes up. There's also the chance that someone will appear out of nowhere and say, I'm Satoshi Nakamoto and I can prove it and can take money out of the first pocket. Is that a threat to national security? It would be an asset whose value is going up while the value of the US dollar is going down. This would help keep the US dollar as the world's main currency that helps us avoid inflation and keeps the US dollar safe in the world market. It's better for us if you put other digital things in that basket. Check Musk works behind the scenes. He is talking with businesses that use blockchain. Thanks, Olga. I've heard that the blockchain makes things more efficient for about 10 years now, but I haven't seen it happen myself. What does Elon Musk want to do? What do we know about Elon Musk's plan for starting talks within Dodge and with different public blockchains about how the technology could be used to make the government work better? It's important to keep track of government spending, buildings, and empty space. As you can see, this shows how silly this whole Bitcoin maxi thing is. This is because there are blockchains that can do things that Bitcoin can't even begin to do. And the adults in the government now know that for sure. You think Elon Musk doesn't know what he's talking about? He talks about what Bitcoin can't do in movies I've played. It's crazy to think that Bitcoin has to be the only thing in the world. These people are crazy, making all kinds of payments. It looks like he's thinking of a lot of different apps, but as you said, many businesses have tried to use blockchain instead of standard databases in the past. Have been all over the place. I know Olga has talked to some experts about this, so I'm sure it's possible. How do you feel about what people really want from this? Do they really think it will happen and make the government work better, as Musk hopes it will? Or do some people doubt that this will even get off the ground? There is some doubt because of what some companies have done in the past. I mean, this kind of idea was very popular about 5 or 6 years ago, and many businesses have tried to use blockchain for everything from tracking fake letters to diamonds. The main thing that has been learned from these projects is that, they're not always better. They try to use blockchain for everything from tracking fake letters to diamonds. The main thing that has been learned from these projects is that, they're not always better than regular systems when it comes to saving money and time. One difference is that many of these projects used private blockchains that couldn't be used by anyone else to keep track of events. It also sounds like Musk wants to use public blockchains. They come with their own problems that he would have to deal with as well, but he is definitely trying a new way to use this technology that has already been tried. That's funny because our government has been trying to stop blockchain at every turn on purpose. You don't have any, and this woman has no idea. What blockchain can really do when it's fully unleashed in a crypto-friendly regulatory setting is something they have no idea about. Lady, you're about to find out, okay? I'm going to play a little bit of this. My name is Kathy Wood. I'll fix it if I need to. The next big thing is a huge step towards speed in the financial services industry. When it comes to Bitcoin, it is the leader in